also we need to look now for access to the market of meat, the red meat. So that's one of our targets again. So on the next slide, how we did this project of Moet. So what we did is we worked with REMSEM. So the project is still continuing. We work with REMSEM. So REMSEM had 10 ewes there, and they super ovulated those 10 ewes, and we got there about 300 embryos. Then we partnered with a commercial farmer. We wanted to do it on a sharing shed, but no, this is our first project. We don't want to have any errors, and we need to manage the sheep very intensively. So what we did, we partnered with a commercial farmer in Cradock, and he gave us 300 ewes, and we took those embryos, we sexed those embryos. So we took only male embryos because our objective is to produce ram lambs only. So I will just play this. Okay, if you can just move to the next slide, Doc, and just go to that video. So after we sexed the embryos, we took only the ram lambs or the ram embryos. Then we inserted into we transferred those embryos into those 300 ewes. And if you can just play that video, just see the methodology there. I don't need to talk if the video is here. So apparently this is a procedure that we do when we transferring now the embryos into the uterine horn of the recipient ewes. So what is nice about this, when we transplant the embryos now to the ewes, to the recipient ewes, we don't need to we don't need to select for the best or high quality ewes. We just we can take inferior ewes, we can take older ewes, because they are just surrogate mothers. They won't contribute much on the genes of that lambs. All right, we can move to the next slide. So what we did is after 45 days, we did the scanning to see how many of those ewes conceived or attached the embryos successfully, and the percentage was 62%. So we tagged all those twins, all those lambs, to indicate, just to see if this is a triplet, this one has got a single, or this one has got twins, just to make sure that, because we need to manage them separately. You can't manage a twin lambs or a ewe with twin lambs the same as the one with a single. So we using those tags. Those tags, they help us because we can track and we can trace those lambs until they are on their stage to mate. All right. So what we do, we weigh our lambs monthly, and we weigh the ewes as well. We made sure that we deworm and inoculate as necessary. What we call deep, what we inoculate, and which medicine we use to deworm. So what we do after that, we took our lambs to the field or to the grazing land, initially to the cultivated pastures, and then because now those lambs we're gonna give it to our farmers in the communal areas where the grazing now is very different to what we see now in this video or on this picture. So we took just onto the mountains. Cradock can be also dry, so we took it on the dry mountains of Cradock so that they can, when we take them to our farmers, they can adapt easily. And so our target is to move them when they are 1 year exactly, or 12 months. Then we're gonna move them to or we're gonna hand them over to our farmers that we selected. So we select our farmers according to we just look on their quality of wool on our side and see who needs help here and how or which help we what type of ram can adapt easily on that area. Yeah, so we started this project last year in April, and we did the scanning, and then the lambing started in September. So we're expecting that end of September we'll be ready to hand over, and we will be doing first selection on the 4th of March. Then yes, September we'll hand them over to the clients. I think the next slide you can just skip it so that you don't see our budget. I shouldn't have put it here. All right. No, hide it. All right. So the results that we have so far, like I said, we had a 62% of consumption rate or attachment rate, and also the lambing, because so we've got about 180 lambs or ram lambs that we have, 180 lambs and only one ewe lamb. So it means that it was just an error on when we're doing the sexing. And also we've got the results whereby we weigh our lambs monthly until weaning. And so what we're planning to do, we will do a scientific article whereby we're gonna just write on those results. And what we need now to do, as we are doing our first selection on the 4th of March, we want to also do a shearing so that we can also test the fleece. That is the wool quality there, and also we check the Australian wool exchange types, the AWAX, just to see how is our wool performing, so that we know what we got. All right, thank you very much, Doug.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mvinjela, for such a nice presentation. I anticipate, my father is a prophet, not me. I anticipate that there are a lot of people that are having some questions, of which a little bit of more hands I can allow, and you are the last presenter and you are our guest speaker. I can give for 5 minutes in this, even though you have exceeded, but at least it's before lunch. We are having some time a bit, although we don't have it. So what we will do is just to allow for questions, and people at the virtual, I'm also interested for them to participate. Our hands for comments, for questions, some clarities. Hands, please, so that we can move. And thank you for your time, Mr. Mvinjela. I know you are busy, but at least you've given us enough time. Anyone? Okay, one. Okay, second person. Second person. Goes once, twice. He is an auctioneer, so once, goes once, sold. Goes once, sold to you, madam.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mvinjelwa, for that beautiful presentation. My question is, I'm not sure whether I've missed it in your presentation. But you suggested that you guys produce less. What would be hindering you guys from producing more? Thank you.
Since the hand is still one, Mr. Mvinjola, you can try to answer that in the meantime.
All right. Yeah, that superfine wool is produced by the farmers in the order that is the states that I took just from all South Africa now. That is the wool that comes to us as superfine. So we only have 6% of superfine wools. You only get superfine wool from quality sheep, and if a sheep is of poor quality, then it means you're gonna produce maybe a fine or a medium. So I think the reason, in fact, it's a breed, and maybe I can also applaud our farmers for producing that super fine wool, because that wool is coming mostly for the past few years. It was coming only from Australia. So the super fine or ultra fine wool is only coming from Australia. So now we're seeing farmers from South Africa, even the communal farmers, they also produce. I had a shed from Mount Fletcher that produced 16 microns. That is the finest wool we had from the shearing shed. So that's quality that we talking about. But yeah, also fine wools that it's abundant in the province, and most of our farmers, you find that they are on the 73%, which is the medium wool, 19 to 22 microns. Yes, so it's the quality, and maybe the scientists or the researchers will tell you why or how to get to the fine wools, but it also maybe will be a topic of another day, because it sometimes comes with conflict in terms of animal welfare. But yeah, maybe I should stop there.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Mvingela. Was there anyone from virtual? Goes once, twice, goes once. Okay, Mr. Mvingela, we've got another hand. I believe it's Mr. Jansen. So we're gonna hand over the mic. Over to you, Mr. Jansen.
Okay, thanks very much, Mr. Mvingela, for the good presentation. Mine is just, I just want to check it, before you deliver rams to those shearing sheds, do you consider maybe the wool traits of that specific shearing shed?
Or to increase the frame size or the carcass weight of their use. Like we said, you want to enter into the meat market or red meat market.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mvingela, for your work. We thank you so much. You are our last presenter and also our guest presenter. We thank you so much. Hopefully for the next one to come as you promised, if I've captured you correctly. We thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, both physical and virtual, that was our last presenter for today, Mr. Alex Mvingela from BKB. Is there anyone from virtual there? Dr. Makandan? There's a question from virtual. Okay, Mr. Mvingela, are you there? There's a question from virtual. We just give one
yes,
person.
I'm still.
No, there's one question and there's a comment, and I think the question goes to the presenter who presented on coal production in the communal areas.
Oh, that was you. that was you. Okay, now that person will touch you. Don't worry, Dr. Makandana.
No, they are virtual and might go.
Okay, no, it's fine. 1 minute.
And also, they're also asking if the presentations can be shared.
Can be shared, okay.
Yes.
They will be shared.
I think the question is, what role does the type of felt play in goat fertility, if any? Yes, it does play a role in goat fertility, because the poor felts will produce poor animals. And if those felt are not in good condition, those animals might not conceive. You might not be getting kids in terms of fertility. In terms of kids, if you have managed to get those 1 or 2 kids, they might not survive up to the winning stage. Mr. Mvingela just presented here that most communal farmers that they work with, they get only up to 30% winning percentage on their lambs that they win. One of the reasons for those farmers not to win a good number of lambs that are born is because of the poor nutrition that those lambs get before they are weaned. So rangeland is a very big role in fertility and production, both production and reproduction of the animal. Thank you.
Okay. We can clap hands for us. Thank you so much. we have come to an end of our session. Sorry. As a convener of the seminar series for this time around, I believe this is the last one we are having for this current financial year. I believe the next one maybe will be in the next financial year, it will be discussed. All I want to say is that for me, I think my tenure has come to an end. It was a very challenging journey, but a good one and enjoyable one. Also, it's the first time for me to see you guys. Hopefully next time, everything will be in order. Kunzima uqala. Thank you so much for your support. Done, there's nothing we can do without you guys. Thank you so much. It's not easy to always look for presentations and all the stuff. I won't lie, Dr. Slwana. For these 2 years, if it's 2 years, I'm not sure because I can't even count, I don't know. I never received such much challenge in terms of the presenters. I think everyone, there was a time whereby I have to cut presenters because there were too many. I still believe, Mr. Koni, there's a challenge in the district so much, if it can be corrected. Everyone wants to present, but when they hear that it's done, 2 days later, someone says, hey, so those are the challenges as well. Also, next time, I think the network is still our issue. The other thing that I would like to say, there are a lot of people outside there who are very interested in our presentations. I always get some calls, but what let us down is our network. So everyone, all over South Africa, I still remember there in Pretoria was always telling me about that people are very interested. And there are more and more people interested, but it's just that the time that is with it is that it collides with other people's things they are doing, of which everyone is interested with the work we are doing here. Thank you so much, Done. Let's keep it up. So this work is being watched everywhere. So let's keep it up now, and especially